as noted by Council President Friedson in the beginning, there is currently no legislation, meaning a bill or a ZTA, before the council at this time. To implement the changes that are recommended by this initiative, the district council would need to adopt a zoning text amendment. I know we use a lot of acronyms, the ZTA. A ZTA is in essence a change to our zoning ordinance. Something to note here, depending on the scope of changes, you might also need a bill or an SRA if you're affecting other chapters of the code, such as building code, stormwater management, and subdivision. And so there are separate processes for those. So the ZTA process is not a rushed one, as you all know. It takes at least a few months and has a lot of requirements and involves a lot of public outreach. So first, only the district council can introduce a ZTA, although the planning board and executive can request that the council do. And if they do, the council does have to, although there's no time limit on when. Second, within 5 days after introduction, staff sends a copy of the ZTA to both the planning board and the county executive for review, so they have time to weigh in. A public hearing must be held 30 to 60 days after introduction, but the council is allowed to extend that time. There is also requirements for notice for public hearings. That's 2 notices and 2 newspapers of general circulation and posting on the website. The newspaper notice must be 30 days before the hearing date. That's why public hearings for ZTAs are always 30 days out. The council website allows people to testify generally up to 5 p.m. the day before, and then there's usually a few days afterwards to submit additional written testimony, and all testimony submitted in that window also gets posted online on the council's website. The planning board reviews all ZTAs after introduction and must provide a recommendation. We generally get that before the public hearing, so the public has both before they testify. In addition, due to a bill that was passed, I believe 2 years ago now, the planning board also provides a climate assessment. Those 2 things usually come at the same time, but the climate assessment is due 7 days before the public hearing. Next, OLO provides a racial equity and social justice impact statement within 21 days after introduction. Then the ZTA is reviewed typically by the Planning, Housing, and Parks Committee in however many work sessions the chair deems necessary. A ZTA text takes effect 20 days after it is approved, and also ZTAs can expire. So if it's not acted on within 2 years of the public hearing or the end of the council's term, then it would have to be reintroduced. So that is the process for all our ZTAs, which I don't know if I've ever actually said out loud in front of you all at once. So now we have that on the record. And so a ZTA, of course, that whole process would have to be gone through before anything could be passed by the district council.